Go live. Go live. Here we go. We'll see. People should start coming in the room any minute now. People should start coming in the room any minute now. Hello, Cheryl Faulkner. Welcome to GQUAT Traditionzs. Welcome to GQUAT Traditionzs. I have the funniest story to tell you, sis. I don't know if you're still puppy sitting or not, but your card is on the way. But the funniest thing happened at the post office. You know, life happens. Hey, Mike. Thank you for coming and welcome. Welcome to GQUAT Traditionzs, everybody. It was getting kind of crazy around here. I'm checking to see what's going on in the chat, what's going on in the world. Oh, Mike, I'm about sick of him and all his purple seeds he got in today. Oh, I see something. I left that bright light on the sewing machine, and it's right in my eyes. You know, glaucoma don't play that. Yes, mother. I think mommy's watching. I have to watch my English. Not that I'm saying bad words. I'm just using bad grammar. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please hit the like button on the way in. As Mike says, so Mike, you have all the purple seeds of things that I wish I could grow. Yes, I'm in a similar, I know I saw your seeds today. Hello, Maria Graham. Thank you for coming and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, people in the bushes. Welcome, people who are coming in for the first time. Welcome, people who have been here the whole time. Welcome, subscribers to the channel. Welcome, members to the GQUAT Friends and Family group. G Mama grows hard in the garden. Hello, Rachel, Unbiased LLC. Thank you for coming. K Renee's Garden. Oh no, Mike means he got some mo seeds, mo money, mo seeds. See, that's how that goes. You go, Mike. You just open a new batch. There used to be somebody in the chats a while back that used to get new seeds every day. Baker Creek. Oh, you gag on it. But it's all good. I'm happy for you. When the seed banks run out of everything, Mike will have some. Let me see if. Oh, I can pull up the chat. Mala'a, thank you for coming and welcome. I see the little thingy. Are you a content creator, Mala'a? Because we will come and visit you. You are a part of the family. Why? Because here at GQUAT Traditionzs, we are a village where good friends become family, and family is everything. Family is everything. So, what was I going to ask you for a kind of like a icebreaker? An icebreaker. What have you done with your time, treasure, or talent this week? Each of you can speak up. And remember to be who you are, and you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. This was on something that's not my vision board. My vision board is full. In fact, those are going to go on the vision board for 2024. You're not a content creator? Well, look at us. We promise you. We promise you the gardening community here will be there to support you. And if there's anything I can do, just reach out. I'd be more than happy. I'd be more than happy to help. I'm not like the biggest, grandest content creator, but I will I will do whatever I can. So Mala says hello to everyone in the chat. Oh, I'm seeing how this is working. So you're working on your gut health, adding probiotics. I wanted to. I really wanted to start some new kombucha. I'm the queen of kombucha. I've been making kombucha and wine before most of y'all's mamas were born. And it's so good for your stomach. And when I don't take it, I do know the difference. Everyone on YouTube or Gmail has a channel. Just go for it. Yes, that means that you have a channel. You just you just start creating content. And then you go to YouTube and just Google, how do I add content? How do I post a video? How do I post a short? There are so many, and everybody who has a channel has a different way that they did it. They have a different way of doing things. I My channel, as you know, stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. I'm looking to add. Oh, I'm pushing on the stupid thing, pushing on the wrong part. Banners show. So I have a ticker. I want to take this and put this comment. See, I'm learning too. In fact, it's not quite a it's not quite a what was I going to tell you? You love fermentation? Oh, I ferment everything, everything, everything. And I have airlocks. Maria Graham is working on postcards, a Dresden wall hanger. I have I have down here in my scraps, Maria, things that are started, and a Dresden plate starts out the same as a wheel, like a wagon wheel, and then you just put the points on. In fact, ta-da-da-da-da, I have blocks started everywhere. You guys know that quilting is my thing. You got me interested in fermenting, G Mama. Yes. I have apple cider vinegar over there. I have pineapple slash lemon vinegar going. I have one other fermentation over there. No more equipment to buy, Mike. No more equipment to buy. You can use, as far as a weight, you can use like a sandwich bag with some water in it, a rock in it to weight it down. You use what you have. You can make it work. You can make it work. So, how do I take this one off? So, if anyone would like to support the channel, oh, this is what I was getting out. This is a wagon wheel. It's an orphan block from something else I was making. Then I decided I didn't like the colors, so I will use this in probably a casserole pad or something when I start giving giving things away. It's just like canning, Mike. You don't have to buy a lot of expensive equipment. You can just use a big pot, a big pot, a big pot. And G Mama Grows is posting the PayPal if anybody would like to contribute to the channel to help the channel to grow. I don't use that money to buy fabrics or anything like that. I use my own money, but I do need some better equipment. I keep threatening to use more cameras and do double tap. Mike says, he sees, ta-da, ta-da. So there we go. Okay, I double tap the comment on the screen. Okay, exit full screen. But hold on just 1 second, you guys. I'm going to hide the ticker. I'm going in the comment. I'm double clicking on the comment, but it keeps getting bigger. I don't want to hide the chat. So I don't know why. I love you like I do. So the comments are back. So I will just ignore them because it's not going away. I'll try it again. Maybe I'm doing it too fast. I don't have a mouse on here. I just have the pad in the middle. Maybe if I do it there and try it. I got stuck in this loop once before. Yes, I know the banner went away. I took that off. I didn't want that on. If anybody needs the banner, it's just my name, Ellen Pankey at GQUAT.com. Okay, so I got my name back. I got something. So I will just leave that, or that's part of it. Just interesting comments. So what have you guys been doing? That's StreamYard. You told me that, G Mama. That's okay. That's okay. But while I was reaching down, getting blocks out, this was an orphan block. When I had trouble with my vision, this is actually a cute little block. The camera didn't have much time probably to capture it, but I had two of the little pieces in there reversed, and I just took my time and picked it out and redid it. So what have each of you been doing? I saw Rachel Unbiased is probably working, but she did a really great live on Tuesday showing how to make bags. She was making bags to sell, and her bags are similar to mine, not the same. Everybody does it slightly different. If you make a postcard, they're slightly different. That's a big piece. Oh, it was a pretty big block. It was at least, I think, 12 and a half inches. I make a lot of blocks that size. I've got this on the floor. I don't know if you could see my upcycled jean apron. I still didn't put the grommets on it yet. I had the wrong I didn't like the grommets I had at first. They were too big. And then I didn't like where I had them placed. Maria Graham was at the dentist today. That's all finished. That's a good thing. I had a little procedure yesterday. My face is probably a little swollen, but it's all good. Let me tell you what happened at the post office when I was mailing Cheryl Faulkner's postcard, because Mike won a puzzle that I asked. It was a slight giveaway. And he said anyway, it ended up that Cheryl Faulkner won one. And I'm still waiting for Lashes Journey to email me with her contact information so I could send her postcard. It's sitting over there. So I went to the post office today, and these are the grommets that I'm actually going to use on the apron. I'm not being sponsored by anybody, anytime, anyway, but I got these because they were a little bit smaller. And don't look at my hands, y'all. I've been digging in the garden today. I'll show you what I did with my time, my treasure, and my talent. And some of them are brass looking, some of them are silver looking, but they're a like half-inch size. So I thought that would be more useful for more things. Those other ones were so big. G Mama's getting her hydroponics ready to grow. She won't be doing as much, but anything she can grow during the winter will be make me happy. So I will be growing in Arizona by the beginning of November. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I just want to tell you that at the end of October, I was going to wait and buy a said nice tree. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will not be going live on Saturdays because I will be in Arizona. It's a different time zone, and I don't know what the family has planned for me. Hey, Sissy Joanne Stevens. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I was just saying, Sissy, that I'm coming to Arizona, so I will be planting there. I will be planting there and creating chaos my usual way. The ladder, not the ladder, the wagon that I left in the middle of the yard over under the orchid tree is still where I left it. The rusty truck that I have near my planting area, my chair is waiting for me. So I can't wait to get there. Oh, Sissy, guess what, you guys? So, what I did today, I went to my garden to plant some garlic. I have some garlic already planted. And while I was there, I stuck my hand in the top of a grow bag that I haven't harvested yet. I am so far behind. And there were potatoes already sticking up. You won't forget the silver party. Oh, my sister's throwing shade at me. So I had some silver, you like that heirloom silver, that fancy stuff that was in a box under the dining room table in the china closet cabinet when you guys were growing up. And I decided that the only things I'm bringing to my downsized handicap apartment are things that I really want and to use. And that heirloom silver was not one of them. Auntie Joanne has a big formal dining room and furniture. So I thought that she would love them and appreciate them. And she does, but she did not appreciate the like 100 years of tarnish on them because I'm sure that my mother-in-law that I got them from, she if she was alive, she would be well over 100. I'm sure she didn't use it every day. So Auntie Joanne still is. But look, Mike, I reached my hand on the top and I felt some, which means I need to go out and harvest them. These I'm letting them cure and dry out. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little spuds, 2 little green tomatoes that were out there. But every little bit counts, and it's organic. I know where it came from, and I know that it is good for me. So that was my sad little harvest today, but it was something. And again, I want to appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for coming. So I'm at the post office going back to Cheryl Faulkner, and I didn't have any more of those little sleeves that I put the postcards in. So I meant to take a sandwich bag, but I forgot. I forgot the sandwich bag. And I get to the post office, and the lady at the You'll Cook potatoes and eggs with fresh tomatoes. I do have some ripe tomatoes over there and some other stuff. Thank you, Mike. Can you have potatoes on your low, what you call it, diet? Yep, something is better than nothing. But the bag must be full of potatoes. I didn't dig down in it, and I had that little instrument that you get from burpees that you dig down and you plant. So I interplanted some garlic. I planted garlic in a tote. Oh my goodness, you guys! I put a short up today. I was planting my garlic, and I stuck the little poker thing down in the ground, and the biggest worm, he was about that, literally that fat. He looked like a baby snake. He looked like a baby snake. He made me jump. I'm not afraid of snakes. Am I going to touch them? No. Have I accidentally stepped on a copperhead with flip flops on before? Yeah. My flip flop hit him, and I was gone before he knew it. You think Auntie can't run? What? What? So the lady in the post office says, "Where's the plastic?" And I said, "I don't have any." So she looks at me. She said, she didn't say one word. She reached over on the counter, and there was some type of wrapper or something that came off of something. And she got her scissors out, and she put the postcard on top of it. She cut around it. She put scotch tape on it. She said, "This is too pretty to get it all messed up in the mail." No snakes allowed. Rachel Unbiased says, "Yeah, I know that's right." So Cheryl Faulkner, I don't know when it will get there, but it's on its way. It's on its way. So let me show you my mail today. This is actually going out, and this is one of the mudcloth journals. It's already customized because it is going to Ohio to someone there, and these are the initials. They are waiting for it, and it will be going out if they see this replay, or if they come in, they'll know, because these are the initials they told me to customize it with. Then I had in the mail, I ordered some heavy duty thread. I make my bags with heavy duty quilting thread, and it was a sale. It was a big sale. It was on Amazon, and heavy duty thread is expensive, period. Even like a small spool you'll see over there, because I was sewing on denim, and there is a special thread for denim. I had never seen that. And because this thread was marked down, I got it. I'll show you when I get over there. It's by Coates and Clark. It's really heavy, and I thought I would try it just for giggles and kicks. So I got these two for 19.98. They're small though. They're small. These are the size that I do. You see how big this one is compared to this one? These are the size I This is the size I used to get when I had my long arm machine. But and this is one of the makers who makes heavy duty thread for long arm machines. So I got some of this. And Maria Graham, I sent you a message about Joanne. Maria Graham says, "How is Roscoe doing?" He's waiting for his sister to get there and make him some happy banana bread and all the little things I do. Cornbread from scratch. Cornbread from scratch. Okay, so continuing with my mail call. I got a package from, this is from the jewelry spot, and I can't wait because I'm taking it to Arizona. I'm not taking any fabric or anything heavy. I will have enough to carry. Hey, Stacy Hansen, thank you for coming and welcome. But I asked the jewelry spot where she got her hoops for making her earrings. Auntie Joanne has lots of beads. I'll either get in her stash, or the Amazon truck will be rolling to her house as usual. I like ordering on Amazon at Auntie Joanne's house because they come the same day. I'll be sitting there signifying, messing around in the back, and she'll say, Sissy, did you order something? The Amazon truck is in front of the door. Loving my top, Auntie. Thank you. This is a whole African dress one of my friends gave me. Shonda, if you're here watching the replay, this is one of your dresses you gave me. I used to be terrible about cutting my dresses up and putting them in quilt. I didn't have a lot of African fabric back then, and I was starved. I mean, starved for it. Starved, starved, starved. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, you guys who just came in, at the end of October, I will not be going live before the chat Hands in the Dirt and Nikki on Saturday because I will be out in Arizona getting into everything I can get Auntie Joanne to drive me to. I don't drive in Arizona at all. At all. Maybe I'll go to the grocery store. Uncle Roscoe says, take my car. He has one of those room cars, 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. It was too fast for me before, but I think I've worked my way up to it, and I will be doing a little neighborhood hanging around. So, this is one more book in the bookcase. I didn't give it to Rylan because I don't want to overwhelm him when I come there. That's my great great grandson. And this is a little good night story. And you know how we say good night at the end. And I love you, Auntie Ellen. I love you. Have a good day, Nikki, everybody. So this is a cute little book for him, and he's saying goodnight to different things, almost like that little book, Are You My Mother, where he's looking for his mother and saying hello to everything. And at the end, I cross out when he was saying goodnight to his porridge, but I wrote the word in oatmeal. And at the end, I customized this book, and they're saying good night air. I thought this was funny. You know how some of those long lives we say good night. So this is good night Rylan. And for those of you don't know, Tina, the everyday, I mean, the New Orleans gardener, is in the hospital. Her daughter gave a short live today saying that she's okay. But let's all just pray for Tina. Tina, if you're seeing this, if you're able to, we're all praying for you. We're all praying for you. And we love you. We love you very, very much. Okay. So I want to ask you guys a question. I have, as the thumbnail said, I have a giant, extra large hobo bag. Hello, Happy Mac. Thank you for coming and welcome. And for those of you who don't know, this format is Auntie Ellen, for those of you who do not know, is 75 years old. I don't rush and do anything. Hello, Fifi's Garden. Thank you for coming. Casings 55. Thank you for coming. So I just take my sweet time. I I walk slow. I drive slow. I sew slow. I do everything slow because that's just what I do these days. Nothing in life is a big rush. I enjoy every moment of every day. So I want to ask you, oh, I did have a question about the enforcement on the bottom of my bags. This is a heavy duty bag that I just love. Love, love. It's so beat up because I use it a lot. But the question was, do I put reinforcement in the bottom of all my bags? The answer is yes. And I left this one open, or I tore it open so that you could see. Not only do I put the I'm always reaching for something. One of these days I'm gonna reach over and fall out of this chair. The Not only do I put the plastic needlepoint fabric in here, but I always double mine. I double mine. Hello, our treasured home. Thank you for coming, Nancy. I hope Anastasia is with you or not. Let me know. Let me know. Hello, Vision Preparedness. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Not only do I have the plastic needlepoint in here, I always double mine. I double mine because I abuse mine and put everything in mine. You can Vision Preparedness. You could put a bunch of rounds in here and your heavy equipment pew pew. And this bag will hold 40, 50 pounds. This little bag. It's really that sturdy. So do you guys want me to finish the big? I love it. This bag is either going to my daughter or I'm going to keep it for myself. I'm making two, and it's going to be heavy duty. It's made with old jeans, recycled jeans that I cut up that came from the family. It came from all the grandkids, the great grandkids as they were growing up. So these were smaller pants that I cut apart. That's a serious bag. It is. It is. It is. You could carry a lot of stuff. This could be your range bag. Ladies who want to be cute going to the range. So we can make this bag. I know Rachel loved that one. And that's why I put both pockets on this one on the outside so that you won't be digging in with things that might or might not be loaded on the inside. And our treasured home, I just wanted you to see this because I had to wait for the ink to dry, and it will be going out in the mail this this week. Mike, this bag is unisex. It's for men or women. Most of my bags are. Sometimes I put like flowers or something like that, or leopard. Not too many men will use leopard, but I just love animal prints. Auntie Ellen, what did I use for the handles? What I did with this is double-sided, double quilted fabric, and most of my handles I cut 5 inches wide, Rachel. This one I cut 6 inches wide or 6.5 inches wide. Why? Because I buy fabric in bulk and I cut most of my own fabric. You can buy pre made blocks that are 10 inches. They're called stacks. You can buy them in 5 inches. They're called charms. You can buy them in 2.5 inch rolls. They're called jelly rolls. But you see what's happening? 2.5 times 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So I pre-cut them. If I have a strip that's 10 inches, I can make a row of charm squares or two jelly rolls, and I have them pre-cut. Pre-cut. So this is a very fat piece of fabric, and I fold it in half and I iron it. Then when it's in half, I take the outer edge and fold it towards the middle. I press that down. Then I turn it around because it's easier to press when it's closest to you. And you see this? This is the type of seam I have. It's called a double fell seam. It's really, can you see how thick this is? It's crazy thick. 6 or 6. Rachel, you don't have to use 6 or 6.5 inches. I just wanted this one because it was so heavy. And I knew I was going to be carrying my sewing machine or something in it. You could see this one's been dragged around. This one has been dragged around. So, would you guys to show you the difference in size? This bag has a 5 inch handle. This is my usual handle. But this bag, because most men's hands are bigger, and with the camo on it, I didn't know whether this was going to a man or I ended up keeping it for myself. And it's just a matter of choice. It's just a matter of choice. This is just a template, a basic like recipe for making them, and do whatever you like. Modify them however you like. The backpacks, not the backpacks, the big hobo bags that I make can be go bags, they can be prepper bags. We're getting ready to go over to the machine right now because I'm excited to show you the bag that I made today. It's what I call a deluxe hobo bag because it has four big, huge pockets inside. Oh, before I do that, though, I want to show you something, and I'll give you guys a chance to vote on it. And this, the pockets that I have on the Go bag are decorated with buttons. Buttons are expensive. Rachel Unbiased LLC was talking about how expensive buttons are. Just to get like three of these on a pack, it's like a couple of dollars. You made the big hobo bag today. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to see it. These buttons are vintage buttons. They came from my mother. There might be some from my grandmother. They're buttons that I have collected. Would you guys like to see Vision Preparedness, Loving the Bags, camo with a heavy duty zip close? I don't have any of the zippers over here, but next time, you guys want me to go get some real quick? I'll do it real quick. I will show you Vision Preparedness. I do have heavy duty, heavy duty coming. I'll be right back. Hershey, I'm not going to the door. If Hershey hears the word COMING, my grandmother used to spell in front of us. This I usually buy things in bulk. Do you see how heavy these zippers are? And when I put the zippers in, I don't just put the zipper into the bag. I put them in a little plaque so that they have some give at the top. You see these, you guys? This is a heavy duty zipper that would fit on one of these bags. I make things that are components interchangeable. And at the time, I figured they'd get dirty. So I just bought all black zippers. I got some kind of a closeout or some kind of a deal. And I have a bag of these. When I used to have my little studio, I I used to buy a lot of things in bulk. Okay, so would you guys like to see some of the antique buttons? It's like going shopping for fabric, and I'll put them on a cookie sheet and show you some of them. Some of them are interesting. I think some of them are buttons from a Navy jacket. I don't know if it was an actual military Navy jacket. Some of them have came from like expensive blazers. You see the gold, all different things. This is like going back. What size are the zippers? I'm not sure. Where did I even put them? Hold on. I'm coming. There used to be a whole song by Sam and Dave. I will measure them and send it to you. Rachel, I'm not advocating any special size. Get whatever size. Oh, you want to see the old coat buttons? I will show you. This is so exciting. So I'm going to turn slowly. And thank you, everybody, for coming. Welcome to the GQUAT family reunion bus. And I just want to remind you guys to do what you love and love what you do. All those old clothes you throw away, take the buttons off. Take the buttons off. Behind me in the chair, this chair. That is so funny, Rachel. I'll be looking for stuff, and black on black. Here we go again. Black on black is crazy. So this MacBook is 15, 17 inches. So I will actually measure it when I go over there. How about that? How about that one? But mind you, when you put a zipper in, you don't put it in, or you can put it in just where the zipper is. But normally for a bag, you put a little extension for this. Or, hey, Auntie Bev, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, you made the live. I appreciate you. And I know what time of day it is for all of you. This this is one of those old fashioned. This is like the zipper they put in jeans, where you can't, like, your stomach can't bust the zipper out. Okay, so let's go over here. I will turn slowly so that I don't make you dizzy. I just love visiting with you guys. You are my family when I'm not with my biological family. And I'm putting this down just so that you can see what's going on. Something new. Okay, so this zipper, the part where the actual zipper is 14 inches, Rachel, and that's a standard zipper. But again, I would put a little flap on here for the zipper, and that will give you lots of extra width as well. Okay, so here's a cookie sheet. And I knew you guys were going to say that. I knew, but before I show it to you, I'm going to show you. Don't knock the computer down, Ellen Panky. So, the pièce de résistance that I was putting the buttons in is this giant denim upcycled HOBO bag. And I intentionally left the strings on in the front and the distress part. This one will have a button on it. I'm going to flip this up so there won't be a bright light in your eyes. And this is, now, no glare. This is a new button made to look old, and it's going on the bag that I just put on my lap. But I want you to see this one that I found in this button jar, and it's going to go on another denim one at some point. Look at this. It's round. It's very thick. You don't see buttons like this. Auntie Joanne and I used to go to the store in California, in Beverly Hills. You have to make this one too. Rachel. Oh, Rachel's the daughter, the other daughter I wanted. I have one daughter. I would have loved, and my daughter is such a beautiful soul. And I have nieces that are my daughters, and I love them dearly. So here's this one, and I'll show you what I do with the buttons on the inside. Then if my daughter wants that one, because she's the one that asked me to make one in denim, I was going to make a quilt. But hey, Duval, thank you. She says she can't respond. She loves this bag. The straps are already made. So when I'm making straps, I'll make 3 or 4 of them. When I'm making pockets, I'll make them for 3 or 4 bags. I like doing things in multiples. For one, I don't cut my thread. I'm working with different color threads. Oh, you guys, am I going to sew today? Yes. So I'm not going to undo it. This, I'll see if I can pull the thread over without unthreading the machine. This is a special thread. This particular one is by Coats and Clarks, and it's for denim. I have never in my, Auntie Joanne says the button shop on 3rd Street in Los Angeles. That's in Beverly Hills, y'all. And they have some expensive buttons. We have bought buttons there that were $25, $35 a piece 20 years ago, made with deer antlers. In fact, my hobo bag, the gold one that I sold, had one of those buttons on it. And this is a special thread for denim. It's extra, extra heavy. Usually, like, I'll sew up, sew down. That's already done on this one. Okay. And then I want to show you another thing. These, for those of you who are making bags, Rachel uses a serger. I don't have a serger anymore. I gifted my serger to one of my friends, one of my quilting friends who sews a lot. These, you can probably hear this. Listen, you hear them squeaking? These pinking shears, and yes, they call them pinking shears or zigzag shears. These are over 60 years old. Yes, I could put that. Good for you, Rachel. She said she has that thread for denim. And look at these. These are 60 years old. I've had them since high school, but my hands got tired. Probably if I oiled them, I ordered a new pair, and they were not that expensive. I think like anywhere from $12 to $15 on Amazon. But what I want to show you is this. There's something called like levies and fulcrums and things, but this looks like a much bigger scissors, right? This one looks small. They're actually, if I put the screws together, the white ones at the tip are only not even half an inch bigger. What makes them so powerful are these big, strong handles and this part in the back. This is where all your power comes from, in your hand. And you see how much of your hand gets in there? Machine oil, my pinking shears. That's too much like right, Rachel. I will. These accidentally fell in my Amazon cart, though. Hello, Rooted in Essential. Thank you for coming and welcome. So I wanted you to see that if you have a straight sew machine, I'll put it that way. It's not what you don't have. You can just straight sew down the jeans and use the pinking shears on the side. If you have a sewing machine that does zigzag, you can sew a straight line and then do a zigzag on it. It will be the same as using a serger. It won't be as fast, but you have the white ones, Maria Graham. Yep, I just got those. So let me show you the other bag. I'm hoping my daughter will keep that one because I like animal print. But these are the pockets. These will go on the outside of the second denim bag. And mind you, these are my great grandkids' old clothes. This is a pre-made, either a tie strap or the little strap that goes in the middle to go over the button. So this is 2.5-inch strip of fabric that I folded in half. Then I folded the outer edge to the middle on both sides, pressed them, and stitched it down. You see how nice and flat it is? Oh, Rachel, I heard you talking about, Auntie Ellen said this. Oh, she told me about pressing. What I do, that's just me. I think my mother is watching, or she has a doctor's appointment today, but she will watch this when she comes home. I was about 50 and I came back to Connecticut another time and I moved into the family house. My mom has a big house, lots of bedrooms for all of us kids. And I'm grown. I'm 50 years old at the time. And I was going outside and I had on a t shirt. Well, nobody irons their t shirts hardly in California. It's warm, your warm body, you put it on. Hello, Rooted. If I didn't say hello, hello to anybody I didn't speak to, running my mouth. And I was going out the house and my t-shirt, my parents were strict about the way they looked, about the way their children looked, all six of us. And I went out the house and my t-shirt wasn't ironed. My mom said, "Your t-shirt isn't ironed." I was going jogging. I said, "I don't iron my t-shirts, Mom." She says, "Well, we do in this house." You in that her house, her rules, see. And that's what Mama said. So now I'm trying not to get the pieces mixed up. Oh, this is the fold that you guys were asking me about, how I make the ties. So this is a 2.5 inch strip of fabric. It's folded in half because I have another use I use for these also. And then, and vision preparedness, I'm glad you're in here because men sew. Most men in the military can put buttons on and do things, basic things, hem a pair of pants. So then this is a whole piece of fabric folded in half. Then I open it and I fold this half down to the middle. I fold the bottom half down to the middle. I'm going to put it down on the table just so I can do it. And then fold it up. You can use it like this. You can put it on whatever you're doing. Or me, just because I'm OCD-ish like that, I run and I go press it. So that's how I made that black tie that you guys just saw. This is a black shoulder strap already for the next bag because the next bag has dun, 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 dun. These are old jeans that came from the kids and their mother gave them to me because she knows I sew. So the next bag will be this one. And I love this on the outside. So me, just to do something jiggy with it, I figured I put this on the outside. And this is that really heavy duty upholstery fabric, you guys, that I had when I was showing fabrics a couple weeks ago. So I figured I put one in the front and I have a bunch of animal print fabric like these strips already cut out. And I already have the other set of straps with the label on them. I put this label on the straps sometimes just so that I'm not twisting and turning. So now I want you to see this bag because this bag already has the squared in bottom. This is the first one that I was showing you that's almost done. Thank you, Unbiased. It's just jeans. The jeans that I used that I cut up for this because they were children's jeans. I Auntie Bev says she's working listening. I cut them in 7.5 inch squares. And then since they were each 7.5 inch squares, I sewed them together. You don't have to do that. Hello, Growing with Hudson. Thank you for coming and welcome. You can just make any size you want. If you're using, please don't use for copyright, but you're totally doing this. There's no copyright. I am doing this, Rachel. It's the thing about each one teach one. It's like, I don't know if everybody believes in Jesus. I know they know he was a man that, what are you doing? A man that lived on earth, but even he couldn't do all of his work. He had John the Baptist and the 12 disciples, even the ones that were stabbing him in the back, you know. So I'm pleased to teach you guys how to do this because I don't have the time or the energy, and I don't sew fast. You do. They follow you. Their bags will be whipped up right quick. So going back to the styling of this bag, this is going to be the outside. This big button will be in the middle, but let me show you the inside of this one, Miss Rachel, since you want to copyright. Like like Dad used to say, I showed you what you know, but I didn't show you all I know. So this is the inside of my special hobo bag. I didn't teach you guys this on a live because this one is obviously slow is good for me. You learn better. Oh, you do basic sewing rooted in essential oils. That's good. That is good to know. And so check this out, you guys. These big things, my arms get so tired holding them. These are the pockets inside the bag. Do you see this? You can put almost anything in this as a prepper, as anything. But check, this is what I wanted you to see. How cute are these? These are the buttons that I found in this jar. I don't know how old they are. I don't know what they came from. And I want you to see the seams. I just straight sewed them. I straight sewed them with this heavy jean thread. I pressed them open and but I did just single stitch along the edges. They call that stay stitching. This bag is just as strong as one that has the serging on it. But again, use what you have. Use what you have. You can make anything out of. Oh, when Auntie Joanne was in her closet, when she came in live that day, her bag, her bag was made like this. All of the ones I made for the family had these big pockets on the inside. Oh, let me show you something else, Miss Rachel. Where is the padding in the bottom? I have a way that I've developed that it's made built inside here. It has 2 layers of the plastic. It's covered with batting on both sides. And I didn't make the little cutout one because the way this goes together, I just left this here because this little tab holds the bag open when you're packing it and putting your stuff inside. But again, it's a lot of work. My little label on the side. So let's look at buttons and what you do. So now don't let your family put old clothes in the trash. The clothes that go to Goodwill or you buy stuff, when you buy things and reuse them, Rachel's got the lock on all of the jeans in her area. There won't be any. So this again will be my second big denim hobo bag. And with those special pockets, and I will show you how I already have some buttons out of this jar. Oh, here they are. So look at this, you guys. I will show you these in a minute. They came out of this jar, and I'm so excited showing you these things. This is what Auntie Joanne and I do when we're together. We go in these button shops. Some of you who were in my live one day, about 6 months ago, one of my neighbors, her her mother passed, and she came down. I was teaching a volunteer arts and craft class to seniors, and she came and she sat there. She was kind of quiet, so I didn't say anything. I knew her mother had passed, and I said condolences, but we really hadn't had a conversation. So I thought she just came to be around people or something. And she had this little container in her hand. And she said, "Ellen, I didn't know who to give this to." It was almost like an urn with her mother's ashes in it. And she gave me all her mother's buttons that she had in here. I kept them separate. There was a little piece of lace in here. Like I would put on something, like I'm actually going to put it on a fabric postcard and give it back to her. Um, don't say Ellen Panky. Look at these little buttons and all these, and her mother's thimble. There's a leather covered button here and all kinds of interesting buttons. But I wanted to keep those separately just because I don't know why. Now I'm looking at these. This is really interesting. These are rivets. I can't really see what these were from, like a pair of old jeans or something. Back it all. I don't know. But it's just interesting. Buttons, it's just looking at buttons are interesting. They tell like a history, a story in and of themselves. So let's look at, because as far as the bag is concerned, you've seen Rachel put bags together, you've seen me, but you haven't seen all these buttons. So I want to make sure that you can see this. So let's look at buttons. This is what I literally do. Uh-oh. A couple bit the dust, hit the floor. And this is what I literally do when I am looking for buttons for a project. And I spread them all out. That was nice of her. And look at this one. Doesn't this look like it came from a Navy peacoat or something? Those of you in the military, I don't know. It looks like a genuine button to a uniform. There are some of these. This one has an anchor. I remember having some of the nicer blazers came with these gold buttons back in the day. This one has an anchor. So, might always dropping. That's how I am with seeds. Yeah. And look at all these buttons. Oh, here's another one of these. I'll show you why I'm taking it. It looks like it's coming. I don't know whether it's brass covered or something. I'll see if I can clean this one off because it's part of a set. Look at this button. I want to put it up so that you can see it. There are a set of these. I've got another one in this hand, but if I hold it up, I'll probably drop it. It's just so interesting. Like the buttons, the clothes, that we don't even see that many buttons on clothes nowadays. Here's another one of those. One of these. In the set, look at this one. This one's still actually very shiny and very pretty. That would look nice on a bag or a tote. You would have to vacuum the carpet to get my lost seeds. I actually, I have a helper that helps me do that, and she goes by and picks them up. Now this says something, some type of equipment, but I want you guys to see. Look at this button. Isn't that interesting? Buttons tell stories, you guys. Here's another little flashy gold button. Then there are ways that you can buy, there are machines that you can use to cover your own buttons. Then the different colors. This one had a ball and chain on it. I don't think this is the same button from before. There's a little tiny buckle in here that could be used as an ornament for something. Gina, thank you for coming and welcome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being a member of the Friends and Family Club. So what we're doing is going through old buttons, old buttons. Wow. I don't know what this was, but what's interesting is that whatever it went to, it wasn't accidental, because here are two of them. Little silver buttons. Little buckles. Strange color buttons. So, guess what? Oh, these were like in a half-gallon jar, but then when I downsized, I got these little jars. But I think they were combined, because here at the top, here's another one of these little like navy-looking buttons. Auntie Beth, so she likes the silver. Look at these, you guys. You go in those button shops, boy, you pay a fortune for these buttons. So I've just been collecting them and saving them. Oh, look. There is a set of them. Somebody's coat doesn't have any buttons on it, or it didn't get thrown away. Look, a piece of checkers. My dad and his brother Jake and my uncle Jake used to play checkers. They used to both cheat. Oh, they'd be cheating. You talk about an argument, like you all play dominoes and the fight starts. Oh, look at this button. This one, the back of it, you can see better what it is than the front. This one is wooden. If you were to make buttons, something like an Oreo cookie style would be cool. There were, when I lived in LA, there were companies that just made buttons. Look at this red button. That would be cute on a bag. There's a bag over there with that Friends and Family fabric. I have some, actually, maybe I'll leave him out. No, because I'm going to put a tie on there. More buttons in a set. They cost a fortune. Another red button to that set. But you guys, oh, this is what I wanted you to say. So the yellow button that was on the bag a week ago kind of reminded me of this. This is a carved wooden button. And I'll show you why I'm showing you this, because I'm about to put this up and go on to something else right quick and put this tray down and knock the whole thing over, because these are the buttons for if someone were to make buttons, something like, oh, I read that one already. So this one, these are the buttons for the second bag that's over there that I'm going to be making before Saturday. So that's right in exactly in the way. And the reason I took this tarnish button out, because there's another tarnish one. This is the patina or patina of old buttons to show that they're authentic, whether they were covered with brass or something. But I wanted you to see this in my hand because I know copper turns blue when it oxidizes. Look at this weird round button. I'll put you back. Those were some that fell on the floor. That's the only reason they're in here. But I wanted to show you the 4 buttons that do match and are in good shape that's going on the other denim bag. The other denim bag with the leopard, these are the buttons that are going on there. Hello, the mother and daughter duo. Thank you for coming. This is the first time I've seen you in here. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, all of you, to GQUAT Friends and Family. I'll put this up because I'm not sure if you've ever seen my face before. And these are the buttons that will be going on the second denim bag, the denim bag that will have the leopard on it and some leopard trim. And I haven't decided whether to make a tie or not, but if I decide to put a button on it, this is like the other wooden buttons, but look, it has 2 holes drilled into it. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, so you won't go back in there. It's okay. It's okay. And now, something I wanted to show you guys. I have so many projects that I show you. It's like, okay, I want to make sure that they know this. But I have a little package. Let me check, see if it's on the floor. Where are you? Oh, here it is. I was going to say I'll find it as soon as I get off the live. For those of you who are making the bags, this is the little 2.5-inch template that I use to cut the corners out. Not this bag, but Auntie Bev says excellent button choice. Thank you. Thank you. I went through that whole thing of buttons one morning. I was really, really in detail looking at them. It even has my old address in North Carolina on it. But this 2.5-inch square, this is what I use, Rachel. You can make your own. You can make your own template out of plastic that you can buy for patterns at Wally World or any of the craft stores. They have plastic. I'm not going to get it. I have some over there because I make a lot of my own patterns. But what I want you to see is this. You see this little thing on the back of it? These are called fabric grips. Fabric grips, and you put them, it has adhesive, you put them on the back of your ruler. Every ruler that I own has one of these on them. And this is another one of those things you buy at Joann's when they have them on sale or in Notions, because you guys don't have to worry about the emojis anymore. I've got Nightbot. I got him hooked up with that. You guys can do that. Nothing will happen. But you buy these little strips. They come in a pack, and this is sandpaper on this side. And then when you take it off of the paper, you take it off the paper. I'll just put another one on this side, and it keeps the ruler from slipping, especially using a rotary cutter. Using a rotary cutter, they slide around. So each of these has one on one side. Sometimes they have them on both sides because I didn't know which side of the ruler I wanted to use. So that was the other thing. So these are called fabric grippers, and they're by Nifty Notions or somebody. You don't have to buy this brand, but I just wanted you to see what I put on them. You can cut out a piece of regular sandpaper with an X-Acto knife and glue it on the back of your rulers. The only thing I'm saying is be safe and use these because uh, you don't want to be missing any body parts. And I keep a little I keep a little container and a little bowl. I actually have a little fabric bowl over here that Susan from Blissful Acres sent me some time ago, and it's made out of clothesline rope. It's a rope bowl. I will show you guys how to do that one day in our travels. But this little bag, I can make this little bag and go anywhere. I can make a quilt. A I can prep a bag. I can make anything just with this little bag. I've got little scissors in there, everything. Okay, so what's next? What's next? She says, yay. Okay, so what you do. Oh, see, this is already pre-made. This is the bottom of the leopard hobo bag because it's going to have the regular kind, and I'll put the needlepoint plastic and the batting in here and put it on the bottom. This one will not be as complicated as detailed as this. If you guys want me to teach a class on this one, it will have to be a Zoom class because it's something that takes a lot of detail and a lot of timing. So, do you guys want me to go on and put the handles and the binding on here? One handle is missing. You use bright colors and red for bags with things easy to find. Yes, that's I don't have anything red in my house. That's why this thing I can always find it. It has like one pen in it. This is another thing that I use for dark fabrics. Gina says yes, please. Unbiased says yes. Mug says yes. You guys, you come over. You come over our Nenny's house. I want to tell you, Rachel Unbiased calls me Nenny. That's like another word for auntie. It's an auntie nana type thing. So I don't mind. I don't mind because I get my work done along with you guys. So Joanne Stevens says yes. Okay. So notice that these are long. I cut them out of a single strip. Mind you, these were kids' jeans that I cut up. These were kids' jeans, but I knew I needed to make handles. So I left some of the length in them. What I did not like, and I'll be honest, because these were modern jeans and these were kids' jeans, is that they have the elastic in it. When you buy the men's jeans, those big jeans back in the men's section, when I used to use my dad's old pants, they didn't have any of this elastic nonsense. He wasn't wearing any pants with elastic in them. That was just, oh, you know what? Somebody asked me about this watch. This watch is, I love it. If I forget to take it off in the garden, if I have it on when I'm swimming, this is an authentic Swiss Army watch. All of these things turn around. They do something. The chronograph, they do something in the military, in the Navy. You can dive down to so much, but I just love it because it was daddy's. And he didn't wear jewelry. He worked in construction during the day. But when he got older, he retired. He wore this watch every day, and every day he would look at it. when I went to work, when I told you when I moved back in the house when I was 50, he would look to see if I was late. What happened? I went to Bible study. Well, what did you study today? Oh my goodness, I was back in childhood. Okay. So, I'm going to put this down where you can see it. Push this back. And you have, when you're sewing, you have a choice of using pins, or you can use what they call wonder clips. This is a whole container of the wonder clips. I like these a lot for binding. For some things, like when you're going around in circles for bags or whatnot, you can use these. You won't get stuck as much, because I guarantee you, if you use pins, you're going to get stuck. Let's go for it. Let's see how many times I get stuck. I don't know what this little wooden container, I say use everything. And this was a container that had some type of Apple equipment in. I don't know, but as much as they charge for everything else, I kept this neat little wooden box. I thought it was cool. And my little table over here, I have the bobbins for my brother machine over here, because I use that when I'm doing zigzag and other stitches. I will move this. I will move Vision Preparedness zipper over here. And this heavy bottom flat bag. So this will be the back, because it has this little edge that's coming over to hold this button. So you put it on from the outside, because you're going to flip it on the inside. So I just reach out. I have one of these already. Auntie Bev said, cool wooden box. This is a piece of fabric. It's blue. I've had it for years because I sew with denim. I make things out of denim. And I knew that I would use this. So I got this to put around the edge, because there's no elastic in it. And even these jeans had elastic in it, but I folded them under and I put batting in it to stabilize them. Okay. So now, and this won't take long at all, I'm going to start in the back. Trying to get a good angle. Let me see. Let me see. Let me try something. I have this homemade computer stand. Let me see if this helps or makes it worse. But anyway, I have this lightweight computer stand that I can manage with one hand, because it's just a heavy Amazon box covered with batting and use everything. Okay, so I'm going to move. Yeah, this works. Okay, so now we've got a good thing. This is what I mean about the multiple cameras, you guys. Oh, before I do this, what I'm going to do, the denim came from different legs, different pants. So I'm going to put the handles on. These are a little bit longer intentionally. I make most handles about 24 inches. These just happen to be 31 inches, because that was the most I could get out of here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I have a little 6.5-inch ruler, or a 6-inch ruler. Again, in this bag, I always have one. one is clear, one is yellow. So we'll see which one my fingers touch first. Okay, there's one. So I've already marked the center of this bag in several ways. I had them with pins and marks, but this, I know this, I centered it in the middle of the back, so I don't even have to worry about that. Actually, I did this backwards. That was not the one I wanted to put it on, but it's still going to be nice. I wanted to put the shabby side in the front. Oh, you know what? How about this? How about this? Let me think. It's going to be on the side anyway, on the side, so it's okay. So this is centered, and I have my 6-inch ruler, and I usually put my handles about 6 inches apart. But I want you to see something with this one. It just happens that these blocks were 7.5 inches, and when I sewed them in on each side, that took away a 1/2 inch, so it's like about 7 inches. So I'm going to center the handles on here because it's a seam. It's like having a stud in the wall. You need a poolside studio, LOL, film from a lounge float. I will have that in Arizona, Mike. I will have that in Arizona. So what I'm going to do here is, instead of sewing it, Rachel, so that it's flat with the seam, I'm going to extend this one. I'm going to extend this. Let's see, an inch beyond the seam. I'm going to just double checking where the actual seams are, because these pants were too short and I pieced it in here. So I'm going to extend this a little bit, an inch. We'll see if it's an inch. That's the one thing I like when I see Rachel on buys. She's always measuring. So this is an inch and a half. Actually, just for tonight, I will make a mark, an inch and a half. So you want to make sure that the handle stays even. I like to put 2 pins on to make sure they don't twist. So I'm just basting the handle down, and it's going to come up on this side, on this seam, and nope, I've got it backwards. Why is it backwards? Because when my label comes up, I want it to be on the inside. So what do? I just simply put it, but that's why it's like with carpentry. You measure twice and cut once. The pin just came out. And you double check. You double check your work. And I'm going to pull this one down and put you up out of the way. We're going to make sure that this seam is centered on the other side. And Rachel, the reason for this is when I flip it inside, I want the handles to hang down lower so that I can reinforce it because the jeans are not as thick as the fabric that has the batting in it. So I'm compensating for that. All right. Okay, so move the pin cushion. And just so that you guys can see some action, I'm going to baste this down. You don't have to baste it. You can just sew it. I'm basting it to make sure that it doesn't slip and to keep it where I want it. I'm pulling the foot pedal over. I sew barefooted. Tighten the foot pedal, the presser foot. Put this down because when you're dealing with something narrow, you want to make sure that you're not sewing over the seams. That's why I'm doing this. And this is very clunky. That's the other reason I'm basting it, because I don't want to be wrestling with that and sew something wrong and to get distracted. Okay then. So I'm just going to sew a couple of stitches across. Of course you came out, you little monkey. I think you did. Nope, I just couldn't see it. And I just put a new denim needle in there. So one. So this one is sewn. Actually, I don't even have to stop. What I can do, it doesn't matter how many times you go across it. This is going to be hidden anyway. So I'm just going across, and it's also stabilizing. These jeans with the elastic in them are difficult to work with. And I'm using usually use a 12-inch per stitch. Okay, the thread broke. I know it. A 12-inch per stitch on an old machine. With the newer machines, that would be like a 2.5. No problem. Okay. Oh, that's what happened. The thread got twisted around. The thread got twisted around the thread guide up here. That's why it broke. Oh, okay. I've got this machine on this funny angle so that it doesn't go in you guys' eyes. But I want to show you something different that I'm doing with the handle. We're doing it the regular way, but there's a way to stabilize it. See this big fat denim needle in here, down here? It has a really big, it's like a size 16. So, put the needle, oh wait a minute, you little stinker. It's not threaded correctly. Let me go around and up. I wish I had some, we cannot see what you're doing. Okay, Rachel. Rachel is, she wants to make, oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on, Rachel. I'm trying to get you an angle, my friend. How about that? You like that, you guys? Okay. I will actually work on putting a camera there. Rachel Unbiased is going to help me because she's the main one that wants to see everything and not miss a beat. Okay. So back to using my big old scissors. Okay. Is that too close, you guys? Bouger. Thank you, Bouger Prepper. Thank you for coming. Analytic Gardener. Thank you to everyone I have not seen. Now I can move these pins. This is going to be the best hobo bag you've seen in a long time. I've been waiting to make one in denim, upcycled denim. Okay. Is that better or too bright? I turned it before so the light wouldn't be too bright in your eyes. Now I don't have to worry about that. I actually have a couple of tripods and other stuff. So I just have to experiment with better ways of filming. And I'm getting better. You should have seen my first videos. Oh my gosh, how do you spell horrible? So it's threaded. Cut all these strings. These are cut. These are done. So now the handles on this side are basted. And because we've measured and measured and measured and measured and measured, we know that on this side, we just have to place them in the same position as the others. Okay. Here's the other handle. We don't have to worry about it being twisted. Again, we won't be able to, actually you can. What I'm doing is pinning this 1.5 inches above the sewing line, and you'll see why in a few seconds. And we make sure that it's not twisted. And you pull this one up on the other side and you even it with the opposite side. And I'm just quickly going to base this because pop goes the weasel. Knock that one over. This is what I was saying about this thing being clunky because it's stiff, but it's the best thing ever when your bag is made. But pulling on it, it's like a wrestling match. Okay. All right. So you guys, you can make a longer stitch length. You guys have to beat Rachel to the thrift stores getting all those jeans. And with bigger stitches. Okay. Now we're coming across. I'm just keeping sewing. No need to break the thread to get to this side. Okay. So we only have one more thing to go. Cutting the threads. Taking these pins out so that I won't get stuck while I'm wrestling with all these layers. So I just want to show Rachel because I know she's making these bags. Some of you others may be making them. I want you to see we're going to sew the facings up, but this time, Rachel, I left them sticking up this high because when I tuck them down on the inside, we can have extra room to stabilize them. You got a couple of jeans and wool for New York project today. I see why you did the half-inch hangover seam. It helps you to hold the bag up. Yes, she loves it. You see you got your 3 purple hearts in and Nightbot hasn't said a word tonight. Mm-hmm. So now, we're going to put this on, and normally I pin it. I'm not going to pin it because we're just going to live dangerously. So I'm making, normally I sew with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm making it a little bigger, 1/2 inch to 5/8 inch, whatever you want. You guys, can you see my hands? Hi, Elder Maria Graham. Thank you. So now I can just sew and not have to worry about handles and other things. And I left a space in the beginning. So I don't really have to backstitch because I already did it on the other side. And this fabric is not stretchy like the jeans. Oh boy, we are living on the wild side today. Buckle your seatbelts. Rachel, you got me loosening up. I'm ready to jump out one of those airplanes with you, Rachel. Rachel, you got Auntie living on the wild side. Again. Again. This is fun. I have fun with you guys. Handles down, right, Rachel? I can sew without pinning, Rachel. I'm just OCD-ish. I'm just OCD-ish, that's all. I want to dot all the I's, cross all the T's. But you know what? When you get to be 75 years old, you know, a cat only has 9 lives, right? You want to make the ones you have left count. And see, this will be okay because we're going to go around it again when we tack it down on the inside. So again, I have to flip this heavy bottom over. But that's what makes this bag so heavy duty. And you can carry anything in it. Bougie Prepper on your camping trip. What's her name? Black Diamond? You know who I'm talking about. She will fit in here easily, along with your other stuff. Okay, I'm checking to see if this strip is going to be long enough, and barely. So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop here and sew the ends together so that it won't be tight when I get to sewing the seam back. You have to, you know, you would think sewing would be just throw it up there, get it done, but you actually have to think ahead, especially when you're making up your own pattern. So what I'm doing here is stopping for a minute and sewing the binding, the back seam in the middle, sewing it together now so that I don't have to worry about it not having much room, because the bag is about the same width as the strip that I cut, which is usually like 42 inches, and that's about the width that I made of this big bag. This is a big, big prepper slash hobo slash weekender bag. Okay. Hope the lighting angle isn't too bad. I try to work on something every week for you guys. I'll work on multiple cameras and angles and lighting. So now I'm opening the seam up. Come on, baby. And I'm going to finger press it. Rachel, don't you love it? I didn't press it either. You love that, Rachel? I'll hold it. Deidre, the analytic gardener. Oh boy, living on the wild side again. So now this is already sewn. I don't have to worry about how I'm going to make it to the end over here. I just look crazy. But I'm not completely cray-cray. I'm just putting this one here because that seam is there. Okay, so this is fantabulous. So this is how you make an upcycled denim, beautiful, beautiful bag, hobo bag, prepper bag, weekender bag, whatever you want to call it. My mom has one in that gold fabric, and she stuffs it so full, I can't carry it. I have to put it in my cart. And you guys will be able to do the same thing. Okay, so we're getting to the end. Take this pen out of the way. And it's just perfectly fits. Sometimes things come out the way you want them to. So I don't have to worry about backstitching there, because why? We already basted it on the other side. And we're getting ready to sew this down. And I backstitch back and forth when I got to the end of the seam. So this I call a facing, because it's different from a normal binding. And what's going to happen is when I turn it inside, I am going to go press this down because we really want this edge to go properly. But you see what happened, Rachel? You see what happened? You spilled coffee, had to clean up your mess. You see how far this comes down on the inside, Rachel? All this is hanging down. And on the outside, I can go put a square, but actually what I'm going to do is put a piece of, I'm going to sew, sorry, I'm going to trim it with a little piece of leather. You know that leather Auntie Joanne gave me? All that leather. I'm going to put a piece of leather trim on it. So this is black leather. I'm not putting black leather on it. I'm going to put brown leather. No, I don't have any brown leather out right now. But by Saturday, I'll just put the trim on it. But I'll just lay this up against there to show you what I mean. I'll be right back, you guys. Talk to each other. Whoops. Talk to each other 1 minute. I'm not going to knock my computer over. Talk to each other 1 minute, and I will be right back. I just want to press this down so it will look nice for you guys. I'll be right back. And I'm going to use the big, heavy iron. It looks a mess back there with all my bags I threw. It's okay. I'll be right back. Somebody sing a song. See, I wish I had a co-moderator right now. You're so lucky to have Big Rooster. I'll be coming, you guys. One minute. Because this is really, really thick fabric. Right there. It will be right there. Right there. All right, here I come. So, just so that you guys can get a preview. Dun, 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 dun. So now all we are doing is going around it. Hey, Broken Gardening. Thank you for coming. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Grammy's Journal. Hello to everyone I didn't see because I was working so hard. So now, Rachel, remember this part? I'm sticking the handles under first. And in 2 minutes or less, this bag will be totally finished except for the button and the leather trim. So what I'm doing is just putting some detail stitching around the edge. Oh, this is coming out so well, you guys. Proud of this one. Move that out of the way. Almost gagged on that little seam. There's some fat little seams on these jeans. All right, you guys. I was just checking. The thread is so close to this color, I wasn't sure if it had broken or not. Oh, this is perfect, you guys. I hope my daughter wants this one so that I can have the other one with the leopard on it. But she won't be getting it now. It'll be her Christmas present. They never want me to buy them anything, my family. They prefer that I make them something. Okay, we have 2 inches to the end. And back stitch a couple. Ta-da! Oh boy. Okay, you guys. So let me put this back up here so that you can get a better view. And the reveal. How about that? I don't know how you guys walk around with your computer. Auntie E can't blame the family. Homemade is best. Okay, so. So here's the hobo bag. And of course, I can press the sides down like I did the other one. When you're not using it at full capacity, this comes over the front like this. And I will put the button on. So, what do you guys think about this hobo bag? Ta-da! This is a full-size hobo bag, and it is 22 inches wide, 20 inches deep. It has big pockets. You can put it over your shoulder. That's why I made this one bigger. And I'm a thick girl. I like having a little bit more, and I can reach the pockets. I can reach the pockets inside at the airport or whatever. These big 4 giant pockets on the inside. So there, that's how we make a giant hobo bag. Did everybody like that? You like it, Barb Brownlee? Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I couldn't see the chat. But you're liking a Broken Garden. You happen to have some jeans that don't fit. And Broken Gardening, the thrift stores will have them. Especially start at the men's department. Start with the largest sizes and come down. And next will be the hobo bag with the animal print on it. Ta-da! So you guys, do what you love what you do. If you like what you see here today, if you like the content, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, come back. I got 75 years worth of stuff to show you guys. Okay? So, peace, love, and blessings. I love you. I love you. Ego amote. I love you, mother. I love you, mother. Rachel Unbiased, you see, the hearts are working. No more getting mugged by Nightbot. No more